You can also listen to us on SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/The Clock Cleaners.
Hello and welcome to the Clock Cleaners podcast. I'm Matt.
And I'm Keith.
And today we'll be recapping Raw from June 5th?
Yes.
June 5th.
June 5th.
Yes.
So we spoke about this a little earlier, but I was not too fond of the way Raw went, despite what I think a lot of people actually said they enjoyed it. And you said that...
It wasn't terrible.
Yeah, you said it wasn't terrible.
I also said that I think the fact that I don't really care about what's going on certainly doesn't.
Well, nothing progressed really.
Yeah.
With like a main storyline, it was just like you took the 5 people and now you're making singles matches again using those same 5 people and
nothing changed technically. The only thing that changes is now Samoa Joe is technically not part of it.
Right. Which now you have 4 instead of 5, so you have even.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it just seems blatantly obvious that they don't care. They're trying to just get through the next couple months.
Right. Well, like you said, that they've openly admitted that this time of year is a slow time, I guess, for wrestling, and they're not going to build up till SummerSlam.
I don't understand why they don't try to put on the best show possible at all times.
No.
It's not like creativity is an unrenewable resource.
Yeah. But you would think, especially this time of year with school ending, kids are able to stay up and watch later.
The whole thing.
Yeah. Sports are pretty much done besides baseball.
Yeah, and baseball is not really an active competitor of the WWE.
No, especially when they, play 5-6 times a week sometimes. It's not like other sports like football where they play once a week. Yeah.
Well, that's the funny thing is because with baseball, it's very much a regional thing.
Yeah, that's true.
So if your team, let's say for argument's sake, you live in on the West Coast, your game's starting at 5:00.
Yeah,
wrestling's going to be on 8 because that's the way they do it.
Yeah.
So even because you can watch your game that's like a 7:00 game on the East Coast, but it'll be like a 5:00 game, 4:00 game over there. Right. So it's not something that you really have to worry about.
Yeah. So anyway, Raw starts off with a recap from the Fatal 5-Way from Extreme Rules.
Yeah.
Not a huge surprise.
It was a long time too.
Yeah.
For I guess the stills that they use.
Well, it was a long match.
It was only a half hour.
Was it really?
Mm-hmm. It's 30 minutes long.
Huh.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be longer.
Yeah. Yeah, I figured they were going to give it an hour.
No. Not a Fatal 5-Way with no eliminations.
Yeah, I guess
if it was an elimination match, I'd believe you.
Yeah.
Because you got to remember that, the Survivor Series match last year?
That was a long
match. That had 10 people in it?
Yeah.
It was 50 minutes.
Yeah.
And that was
enough.
elimination. So.
Fair enough. We had Bray Wyatt come out, which I know you're so fond of.
Yeah, I didn't care.
But yeah, he was basically going on saying about the other opponents in the Fatal 5-Way that he was going to make them pay.
Yeah, that was weird. I didn't really understand that.
Then he gets to Reigns and Roman shows up. Mm-hmm. And I was like, all right, we're getting this crap again.
Well, I wasn't sure if they had announced right after that recap that they said that Roman was fighting Bray tonight or that night.
They might have.
I think they did.
Yeah.
And that's why he came out or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was very predictable.
Yeah.
So,
he kind of grabs the mic from Bray and tells him that he's the guy and kind of punched him in the mouth.
Well, see, I liked what he did actually, where they did the let's
you
go
just
Roman.
like that Bray shut up.
Yeah, that has a lot to do with it. Well, no, because the attention was away from Bray.
Yeah.
So that kind of helps Roman a little bit in terms of the fan support.
Well, that's the whole thing. It seems like as soon as Roman comes out, the boos, and then all of a sudden he gets in the ring and the cheers start. It's very strange.
See, I feel like the general consensus of the casual WWE fan who goes to the shows,
they like him.
They love him.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He is to some people.
Did you see
John
that
Cena?
One guy with the Roman shirt, the hand, the hat, everything.
See, it's funny. It's because it's the people who like us the idiots who talk on the internet. And the thing is, I do like Roman. I know you don't, but I'm actually.
But I don't hate Roman to hate Roman.
Yeah.
I just.
Well, you think he's boring.
Yeah.
But I think that for what he is, he's not that bad. You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
Because, there's been plenty of people who are built like that. Technically, Brock Lesnar's the same thing.
I don't like Brock Lesnar either.
I don't either. But my point is,
Okay,
it's
I'm
the
just
same.
saying.
But people do like him.
I know, because he's an attraction.
Yeah, but it doesn't. There's no real reason beyond the fact that he fought in the UFC.
Right, but I think him being there only every so often makes him an attraction. I guess if Roman was built up the same way, it would be a little different.
Yeah, but they want him. They want him to be marketable.
Oh,
so
I
they have him.
doing.
They shove him down your throats.
Yeah,
like I said, I have no problem with how he is, because a lot of the times he does the best with what he's given. Because a lot of times he's given crap, and
the writing is not very good.
Yeah. So for the most part, he does all right. He's pretty good on the mic, and when he's given stuff that isn't crap, he does well with it. Like this thing, where he went because they were doing the "Let's Go Roman Sucks" chants,
right.
and he pauses and he says, "That's why I'm the guy." Mm-hmm. It's true.
Yeah,
like you said, the fans are in support of him.
Yeah,
people boo him when his music plays just because it's expected at this point. Has nothing to do with him.
Yeah. They're brainwashed.
It's the same thing as Cena.
It's true.
People choose to. It's kind of a split.
That was the whole thing, I think, with what was that, Cena and AJ when they first started, or maybe it was even farther back when he would say, "Let's go, Cena. Cena sucks. Your name's not included."
That was to Seth Rollins.
It was Rollins, okay.
And he said, "At Night of Champions, I'm gonna make you my bitch."
There you go.
That was really funny.
Okay.
So, but yeah, that was like 2 years ago now. Almost.
Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do?
So, yeah, that was before.
We watched so much wrestling, so
it's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was good,
Yeah.
and that's more proof that Cena's the best.
Yeah.
Number one.
Yes. So obviously they had a match next. This actually lasted a while.
Yeah. Well, generally speaking, the format for the WWE programming is the opening sequence.
Yeah.
No matter how it's structured, lasts until 8:30. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter how many people are in it.
Yeah.
What it's about.
I'm just trying to think. I think last week I thought it ended before 8:30.
I'm almost positive they haven't done that. They haven't ended the first thing before 8:30 in months, minimum, because that's when I first noticed it.
All right, yeah.
So,
I guess it's just it's different. Because usually it's just talking. It used to be.
It used to be a lot of talking
well, that's
and
what
then
SmackDown
a short match.
Does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a long talking segment.
But
this one had the two people. There wasn't a whole lot they could do.
No.
So they flipped it, because usually it's a lot of talking, short match. This time it's a little bit of talking in a long match.
Yeah. I guess it was probably a 20-minute match or so.
Yeah. Well, with commercials, it ends up being very easy to fill the time.
Yeah.
Because there's probably 2 commercial breaks in there, because there was none during the talking part.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. But Roman ended up getting the win with a spear.
Yeah.
Not a huge surprise.
Yeah, it was funny because it was a decent amount of time, but it was a very abrupt finish.
Yeah.
Because Bray went for the Sister Abigail, and then Roman just shoved him out of the way and then hit him with the spear, and that was it.
Yeah. Well, he
hit
hit
Superman punch and then a spear.
Bray, I think, bounced off the ropes, and he hit him with he was dazed.
Yeah.
And so that was that. I didn't see this next segment. I don't know.
Oh. Yeah, it was a backstage interview of Enzo and Cass, and they were just asking about what they think about the attacks or whatever, and if they thought they knew who it was. And Big Cass is, I don't know who it is. I'm going to make them
Christine was telling me that Enzo was, I guess, hitting on Charlie or something like that.
Oh, no, he was staring her down, and she was like, I guess, excited about it or whatever, because it was weird. It was, very awkward, because usually it's one-sided. Mm-hmm. Just because that's the way that they are told to do it.
Right.
But it looked like she was very much into his advances.
Huh.
I was very surprised about that. And the fact that they focused on her after they left, so they kind of made it seem like something was going on. But whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was... Yeah, I think I walked out of the room. I came back in, and then we had another backstage segment with Kurt Angle. He was looking through his phone again.
Yeah. It's funny
when
his
dirty pictures that was sent to him.
Yeah, it's funny when they... When they just cut to him playing on his phone.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we weren't supposed to do that yet. My bad.
And then Alexa Bliss comes in, and she said that she's gonna, I guess, do another "This Is Your Life."
Oh yeah, she wanted to do one for herself.
Yes, and then Kurt was like, "That was one of the worst things.
It was a disaster.
Yeah, it was one of the worst segments in Raw history."
Because it's true, it was. We're
not doing that again.
And then she says, "How come you're not congratulating me on my win?"
Right.
And
then that's when he, I guess he makes a match between her and Nia Jax.
Yeah,
right?
because he tells her, it's like, I didn't forget that you promised her
Right,
a match
yeah.
when Bailey was done.
Right, and no, yeah, because Alexa says, "I'm moving on from Bailey. I'm done with her," and that's when Kurt said, "Yeah."
And then she looked very concerned as she walked away.
Yeah,
because she does a really good job acting like she's afraid of Nia Jax.
Yeah.
So,
well, she does the good flip, like she can be scared and then tough.
Well, whenever Jax is around, she is like always looking behind her back. Like, I know you're there. It's like, you're not doing anything, right?
Yeah.
Because she did that later on when the match started. Because obviously Nia went out first.
Right. Yeah, we had. I guess we went to commercial, right? And
probably.
Yeah, came back and Elias Sampson was in the ring again.
Yeah.
Getting a good amount of heel heat.
Yep.
He's doing a fantastic job.
I guess that's true.
I love it. But you know me.
So, is he being used as just like a tool right now?
Yeah,
probably. I guess
we don't know what the hell to do with you, but we're going to include you in a segment.
Yeah, but it's twice now that he's been involved in this storyline.
Oh, with Dean and Miz.
So, is he like the new Ellsworth?
Wow, that's
but just the
fair.
other way around? That's plenty fair, by the way.
I guess so. It's going to be
it's
in
the
the
same
women's
exact
division
thing.
next.
Who cares?
No, it's not who cares. He's going to be a future world champion.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Out of your mind. Out of your mind.
Nope. It's going to happen.
No.
I'm telling you.
Nope.
Yes. You don't want to walk with Elias?
Yeah, I don't know why they changed it. It was much better as the Drifter.
Yeah.
Anyway, Dean interrupts his song, which is very nice of him.
No, it was terrible.
Yeah. But he just comes in and beats him up, throws him out of the ring.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. That's definitely what he did. Yeah, because then he grabs the microphone and he demands
a rematch with the Miz. Yeah.
And then they cut to backstage and they're in Miz and Maurice are in his locker room.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, "No way, we got a celebration planned for later."
On. And then I guess Dean turns around and Samson hits him with the neck breaker.
I guess
I don't remember what exactly the move is called. It's some sort of neck breaker. I like it. It's a different finish.
Apparently, people said that it was the Crossroads, but it's not. No. It's like the reverse of it. Stealing Cody Rhodes' move.
Yeah. Well, they can do that, so.
It's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, after that, they show Dean walking backstage looking for the Mrs. Dressing Room.
Yeah, that's when he walks into Kurt Angle, and Kurt's like, "You should take the night off."
Yeah, I'm not asking you, I'm telling you.
So I guess like you said, they were just had Samson singing. There was no match planned or anything like that. Yeah, because the way they made it seem like was there was going to be a match next.
I agree.
Because Samson was, I think,
talking about Dean.
Yeah, but I think before commercial break, Dean was walking like the backstage, like ready to have a match, and then
I don't remember that part, but I could have missed it or something. But after that, Samoa Joe comes
this was
out.
my favorite segment of the night. This was so good.
Yeah, it was good, but at the same time, I don't know. I don't see the appeal of Samoa Joe and Brock Lesnar. I know I'm wrong in this opinion.
Why? It's your opinion.
I know, but
at least you admit that you're wrong.
I know that I should enjoy the idea.
Yeah.
But I don't really care for Samoa Joe as much as other people do.
Fair enough.
Because I understand that he's supposed to be legitimately tough, and I'm sure he is. But I just don't feel like he's a character I can get behind. Because you kind of...
Well, he is a heel, so you're not supposed to technically get behind him.
I know, but there's a difference between there being a heel that you can get behind and a heel that you just don't care for.
Mm-hmm.
For example, The Miz. He's a heel you can get behind because he's a heel that makes good points.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Because he's usually doing that. That's the funny part.
Yeah.
But
he just really turned it around. His whole because when I had dabbled into wrestling a while back,
he was exhausting.
I hated him.
He was
exhausting.
exhausting.
This guy's terrible.
Yeah. So And now he's probably one of the best wrestlers on the roster. Not in terms of ability, but the best superstars.
Entertainer.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's funny because clearly they're making Heyman like a face right now.
Yeah.
Which is weird because you assumed that since Brock's technically a heel, that they would just put a face in the match at Ray Balls of Fire.
Right. Yeah, I guess.
So.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
but Heyman came out and basically said that Joe was the worst case scenario.
For Brock,
yeah. For Brock. Because I guess Samoa Joe is genuinely not scared of him. And I guess Heyman tells him that Brock Lesnar is not scared of you either.
Yeah, well, Brock Lesnar's not afraid of anybody.
Yeah, but basically he says that once Joe's in the ring with Lesnar, he's going to be a changed man, or a different man.
Yep.
But yeah, then Heyman goes to leave, and I guess Joe kind of like, come here, let me talk to you in the corner.
Well, first they shake hands.
Oh, yeah, right.
And then Heyman turns around to leave because he's done. And then Joe stops him and starts to...
Neither of them have the mics.
Yes. Very loudly whisper in his ear. I guess it was meant to be... Because you can't do that on TV.
Right, yeah.
You can't whisper.
So no, because they have the mics all over the ring.
Yeah, well, that, and you need to be audible so that people know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, it kind of sucks to be in the crowd there.
Yeah. So basically what they did was they just said that... Or he said that he's going to show him why Lesnar should be afraid of him. And then he puts him in the coquina clutch, and Heyman's flailing around.
Yeah, that's not really a surprise, but it makes a point.
Mm-hmm.
This is already better than the Lesnar-Goldberg feud.
Well, you got to remember, Lesnar's not there, first of all. And Goldberg kind of was made to be booked like... Well, I guess technically right now Joe's booked strong, but it felt like there was less back and forth in terms of the potential back and forth.
It's so weird how they're doing this with Joe. Like, they made him come in strong, and then he looked weak.
Oh, he looked
by losing
terrible.
to Rollins multiple times.
Terrible when he first came
up.
And now all of a sudden he's the number one contender for the most prestigious title in the company, technically.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So we go backstage, and Angle and Joe kind of get faced. Up to in each other's face, and I guess Angle said he's going to have to reprimand him, right? And
then Rollins
Joe threatens Angle, which who knows if Angle comes back, we could possibly see the two of them.
Well, I think that's one of like the potential possibilities.
Which I believe they had something good in TNA together.
I would assume so.
And then Rollins comes over and gets in Joe's face, and this is when I cringe, and that's when I text you. I said, "Not this shit again."
Again?
So yeah, I guess Rollins just basically said that they have unfinished business, right? Or that he's met him before and he'll do it again. Basically.
Yeah. Well, what I think he said was that you didn't beat me. Last night you beat Finn, and I'm not Finn.
I think he did go in to say that.
Yeah. So basically, he just wants revenge.
Yeah. For losing, even though he didn't lose.
Well, no, it wasn't for that. It was for him trying to end his career when he broke his or hurt his knee or whatever.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that was expected. Yeah. Because there's only so much they can do. There's only so much they're willing to do.
And I guess they weren't going to put Finn in with him.
Yeah, that would make no sense.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they're always afraid to redo things that worked.
Yeah.
Too soon.
In NXT too.
Yeah. Too soon.
Yeah.
So I think that's the big thing. Like for example, even if Shinsuke happens to go to Raw or something like that, he probably won't go at it with Joe or Finn.
Right.
He'll probably be away from them.
Shinsuke won the title from. No, he won the title from Joe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that they had a match.
Yeah, you're Shinsuke and
that was one of Shinsuke's first matches.
Yeah, that was on regular NXT, I think.
Yeah, but it was a big match.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So I think that they would wait to do that. Mm-hmm. Just like when Bobby Roode comes up, I'm sure he won't face Shinsuke right away. No. I think it's just they're hesitant to do stuff that they've done because they want to save it for later and they want to experiment with new things. So they kind of keep their distance. So.
Up next we had a tag team match with Sheamus and Cesaro versus the Forgotten 2.
Yeah, surprisingly,
Heath Slater and Rhino.
Yeah, surprisingly enough, Heath Slater and Rhino got the jobber entrance. I wonder why that happened.
That. They've been playing on Monday Night Heat.
Monday Night Heat.
Main event for the last, I think, month or so.
But Slater's got kids, man. He needs this job.
Still getting paid.
I know.
On
I love that gimmick, though. It
was
funny.
good. It definitely worked with him.
It still works, technically.
Yeah, it's true, but there's still nothing for them to do.
Yeah, it's true. Well, you can have one major tag team feud. There's the New Day's gone, so there's not really anything else going on in the tag team division.
Right.
So I think it's funny because if it wasn't the Hardys versus Sheamus, and let's say for argument's sake, they were kind of like a non-issue, and it was the title feud was Gallows and Anderson against Enzo and Cass, they would probably be in the same spot as SmackDown was.
Probably.
Because it'd be like, true. Okay, there's one feud and no one really cares about it. So
well, that was going on for a while.
Well, but that wasn't the A feud though.
No. I'm just saying where Raw was even just doing that with one tag team.
Oh yeah.
A while back when the New Day was champs, and they would just show up. I mean, they'd show up, but you'd have a match every so often, and it was just the same crap over and over again.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I like what they're doing with Sheamus and Cesaro.
Well, it's just a build-up match, basically.
Well, yeah, this was an absolute squash match.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sheamus hits a bro kick on Slater, and then that was it. And then they grab the mics, Cesaro and Sheamus, and they start to run down the Hardys, and they explain that this they didn't just set the bar, they are the bar, which is weird.
Yeah.
Just an odd, like I get what they're going for, but it's just an odd sentiment, I guess.
Yeah. But hey, it's a gimmick for them. It's something.
It's true, and I like the heel dynamic because it's less muddled.
Yeah.
Than their old dynamic where Sheamus was still acting like a heel.
And Cesaro was a face.
So it's better that they're both one thing and an obvious thing.
That's true.
So.
Next, we had a backstage segment with Perkins runs. Oh, sorry,
TJP, man.
I'm sorry. Well, I might go back to Perkins.
Why?
I mean, because we'll get into it.
Okay.
But yeah, he runs into Neville backstage and asks, "So what about that title shot that
that he was promised?"
I was promised, and then
Neville was like, Aries.
"Make sure if you get the job done tonight, we'll talk about it."
TJP's stupid. He keeps on believing Neville when he says that he's going to give him a title match.
Well, I was going to say they're going for that millennial thing.
Stupid millennials?
Yeah.
All right, whatever. They're foolish. They'll believe anything.
I guess so.
But yeah, after that, they go down the ring because they have a match. Well, TJP goes down the ring.
It was TJP versus Mustafa Ali. This was the only cruiserweight segment from Raw, and very, very short.
Oh, the match was extremely short.
That's one of the things that bothered me throughout the night is every match except for the first and last match were so short. It was under 5 minutes every match.
But it's not very often unless they have a big match in the middle
that
the matches are long.
I guess, but I don't know. SmackDown does it weird.
Well, because
I know they're at a time constraint.
Well, that and the fact that everything is... Because here, we're getting, 10 stories, maybe?
Yeah. No,
and SmackDown, you're getting 4 at most.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, the Ziggler and Styles match, both of them were so short. They're both under 7 minutes.
Yeah, but that's not common.
But that's what SmackDown seems to do. But I guess this is just because they're all in one match together, so they want to give everybody a little time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, because remember, probably a week before Backlash, there was literally an hour of time on SmackDown that was one story.
Right.
Because the first hour, or the first half hour, was the mess with all of where it was Mahal, Owens, and Corbin.
Right, yeah. And then we had
fighting.
the 6-man tags and stuff like that.
Yeah. So it was
the women's division now on SmackDown.
It was a half hour of talking.
Yeah.
And then a half hour, because at 9:30, the 6-man tag match happened. So that's one storyline that happened for an hour, half of the show.
Yeah.
So that's the big thing, is that SmackDown has time to breathe, whereas Raw tries to fit in as much as possible, which is a positive in terms of a developing talent kind of thing.
Right.
But if you think of it strictly on, okay, they only get a short amount of time, I think that's not a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to expose as much as possible.
I guess that's true.
Because, like, for argument's sake, later on, there's it's Kalisto versus Titus O'Neil.
Yeah.
They're trying to do something with that story.
Right.
And they're trying to make something of Apollo Crews.
But they give him 3 minutes in the ring.
Yes. But you got to remember, they need to
expose them.
Yes.
I guess
because if they're on TV, it's more exposure than if they're not on TV.
That's true.
So that's exactly
fair enough.
That's exactly why short doesn't necessarily mean bad.
No, I'm just saying. I guess it's just the fact that I don't give a shit about Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns match, and the same thing with Seth Rollins.
Oh, so you're just frustrated that those were long.
Yes, that's
okay.
my gripe.
Okay, which is fair.
Right.
And if this wasn't,
if this was based for me,
yeah,
but this is not.
It's true.
I'm just saying my opinion.
I'm also going to say if this wasn't the 80th time we've seen these two matches,
right,
it would be a little different.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So I think that it's just the fact that they're old.
Yeah.
Now. So that's what the problem is.
That's
If let's say for argument's sake it was Finn against Bray, and I don't know, Rollins against
The Miz.
Yeah, but he was already doing something.
Yeah.
So just like let's say for argument's sake they decide to throw Samson and they switch the roles and have the Bray Finn match last, and have Rollins face Samson early.
I would love to see Rollins and Samson.
Yeah, because they're brothers. I wasn't even thinking about that.
Yeah, it was a terrible.
No, but it would work.
I got you.
You know
but
I mean? That would make more sense.
That's it. Yeah,
and that would be easier to buy into.
Right.
They're never going to give Samson a 20-minute match.
No,
certainly not this early.
Is WWE, and they want to give their biggest stars the most exposure. I got it. All right, let's move on. So
Very
anyway.
good.
Back to the cruiserweight match with TJP and Mustafa Ali. Like I said, it was very short.
It's true.
TJP made quick work of Mustafa Ali.
Yes. At some point, he went for the
twisting DDT right off the top rope. I think he hit it.
Yeah.
And then he dragged him over to go for the 450.
Yeah.
And
no, it's funny. He was not that far away from the turnbuckle.
Right.
And then he pulled him in a little bit further, so it was like no room.
Yeah, well, he works tight.
Yeah, I was going to say, it seems like you would need a little more room than that, because he was like a foot off of it.
Yeah.
Like,
he was close, yeah.
The ability to like mess up and nail your head on the turnbuckle as you're going down, I would think you would want as much room as you could actually do.
But yeah, I think TJP got up, hit his legs off the ropes. He came down.
He kicked him when he was going to go for the inverted 450.
And then he hit him with a detonation kick for the 3 count.
Yeah.
So then I guess Neville comes out.
Yeah, with the microphone.
Right.
Let's preface that.
Yes. And then says that he talked to Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
And that there's nothing he can do about it, but TJP is not getting his shot.
Yeah.
And then I guess he turns. TJP starts to walk backstage.
Yeah, because let's go talk to Angle now and we'll see what we can do about
he said.
this.
Right, and then Neville nailed TJP in the back, and the microphone fell at this point.
Yeah,
and
so
then
he lost it.
And
couldn't
then
find out where it was.
And then that's when they said, "I guess you'll get your shot tomorrow night."
Yeah,
but nobody could hear it in the audience.
Well, yeah, because like we could hear it on TV because the cameras are picking it up. But he, I guess he lost like you said, he lost the microphone in the scuffle. And then after he beat him up, then he's like, "You'll get your shot tomorrow." And I'm like, "Why would he? That's weird.
Why would he say that?"
Yeah, and he had a microphone.
Yeah, and nobody in the audience now knows there's going to be a title match on 205 Live.
Well, I'm sure immediately after that they put on the screen tomorrow on 205 Live. Because if it cut to commercial,
them a lot of credit.
Well, no, if it cut to commercial after that, there's no reason why they couldn't have done that.
That's true.
So, because I'm sure they had the art, because I guarantee they showed it later on.
Probably. I don't know.
All right.
Yeah.
So up next. There was another one of the Goldust's directed. No,
they weren't back to back. Yeah, that was a different segment.
It was one of his director's chair thing, and he's very upset with R-Truth for ripping off his style or whatever it is that he said. And but yeah, I don't know where they're going with this.
I don't know. I guess this is one of those things where they're just going to drag it out and then just randomly throw it on the Great Balls of Fire pay-per-view or in the pre-show or something like that.
I would imagine that might be the case, or they're not going to do anything.
it's just gonna disappear.
Yeah,
you guys are gonna forget about them, so
it's true.
Matter.
It's not that hard.
No,
because I think a lot of people forgot about them before this. So,
yeah. And next we had a backstage segment where I guess it was in the women's locker room where we had Sasha, Mickey, and Dana all talking.
Yeah, I think they were talking about her dance moves the night before.
Yes, yeah, they were. Yeah. And then Alexa Bliss comes up, and I guess she kind of starts talking about the Nia Jax problem. I guess I feel like she said something because Sasha left the room.
I think Bliss's presence made Sasha want to leave.
I thought she said something.
She did.
Yeah.
I just don't know exactly what it was, but it wasn't
enough.
something. It wasn't. She wasn't asking her to leave.
Yeah. No. I thought she said something, and Sasha was like, "Whatever, goodbye."
No, it was more like, "I just don't like you. I'm gonna leave." Because I think
enough.
Bliss came up saying, "Oh, hi, girls," or something
Probably,
like that.
Probably, yeah.
Not exactly that, but
again.
something like that.
But
anyway,
Bliss pleads with them about the Nia Jax problem.
I need help.
Yeah. And then, she said the Nia Jax problem we have, and then the girls were like, "We don't have a Nia Jax problem. You have a Nia Jax problem," and then they leave.
Yeah, but they said they were going to watch ringside.
From ringside. Yes.
So I just thought of something that I kind of want to bring up.
Uh-oh.
So you know how we were complaining about the cruiserweights being restricted to being with cruiserweights?
Yeah.
They're doing something kind of that makes sense. Because they threw Sasha Banks into the storyline with the cruiserweights,
Right. Yeah.
but she can still interact with regular women wrestlers.
I know.
I was
Shouldn't
honestly
be allowed.
because Alicia Fox for the longest time wasn't on Raw or
Right.
anything unless she was with Dar.
Well, I mean, first when she randomly came back, she had that little segment with Nia Jax, and then that was the end of it, and then she was with Dar, and that was all.
So it could just be because it's Sasha Banks, and they're not going to continue to do anything else. But if they start realizing that they can make it so that the cruiserweights aren't encapsulated,
because these guys weren't in other promotions wrestling,
fighting wrestlers twice their size or anything like that.
Austin Aries, the former TNA and Ring of Honor world champion.
Exactly. So, and Neville used to fight big guys too. The people act like Neville wasn't a regular.
He was an NXT.
He was an NXT champion. Yeah. Granted, the person that he beat for the champion or lost the championship to was Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
So that's kind of Sami Zayn's just not a big guy.
No.
But he wrestled. I'm sure he wrestled.
He's not in the cruiserweight division.
I'm sure he wrestled Cesaro. I'm sure he wrestled Titus O'Neil, and those guys are big.
Yeah.
So the idea that they can't handle being, Rey Mysterio fought the Big Show all the time.
Yes.
So
in both promotions.
Exactly. So it's so dumb.
It's not worth.
Like I said, I know why they're doing it. Yeah. I don't like that they're doing it. They should incorporate both into each other.
I agree.
Mesh them so that it doesn't feel like we're going to take a timeout for this.
Right. Let's change the ropes and all this crap. Don't
like
do
having
that. It's a sideshow act.
Exactly.
Basically. Yeah.
Exactly. It's like an intermission.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay,
we're gonna put the guys in the ring that are gonna do flips.
Yeah.
There you go.
So it's almost as if they're saying, okay, go to the bathroom now.
Yeah.
Because they're halting everything.
True.
It's like, okay, this is gonna take a while. So
used to be the old women's segments.
Yeah. Things are very different now though.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was a really long time on a very short very short segment.
Whatever. That's what this is about.
It's true. Speculation.
Yes. I guess we were watching the commentators. I guess they were talking.
Yeah, they're talking about some match.
Yeah.
I don't think it was the women's match. It was probably talking about like the tag teams or something like that.
Well, wait, what's match? Oh, maybe they were. I was gonna say maybe they were talking about the Tozawa thing.
That was last week when they were talking about
joining Titus Brand.
No, I don't think they brought that up on Raw.
I thought they did. Or they just maybe said it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe they probably said that later on during the match.
Maybe. Okay, I was just trying to figure out pieces together.
So, but yeah, they were talking about some match, and then Kurt Angle comes up and grabs Corey Graves.
They just walk over to the side.
Yeah.
Booker T and Michael Cole are just sitting there awkwardly.
What are you doing?
What are you talking about?
What are you doing?
What you guys telling us?
And then I think he comes back and they ask him what's going on. He's like, none of your business.
Yeah, something basically. And then I guess
the nerve.
We go backstage with Kurt Angle, and he's asked about his phone and the he's like, "Oh, it's a private matter."
And then he leaves through the emergency exit.
And that's when you see a hand. And Dean Ambrose sneaks back in the building, which he's a master of.
It's funny because when he said to take the night off, I automatically assumed that he was going to be doing his thing where he tried to sneak back in over and over again like he did on SmackDown.
And we actually saw the Revival in the background again.
Yeah, top guys.
Doing top guy things.
I figured that they were going to be up to something, but they were just there.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Yeah. So up next we got a rematch from last week.
I guess so.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah,
Kalisto versus Titus O'Neil.
Yeah. Again, Titus tries to win by pulling the trunks.
But then Kalisto reverses it and pulls the trunks and gets the win.
Yeah, it's funny because, like, obviously Kalisto can't move Titus O'Neil. So, obviously, he's the one who has to roll over.
And there's your other example, a cruiserweight fighting in a regular division.
Exactly, because Kalisto is probably smaller than some of the guys at the very least.
Yes.
So, but yeah.
Quick match. They're at least progressing with the storyline.
Yeah, because basically what they're doing is, I guess, eventually leading to a Titus heel turn.
Yeah.
Not a Titus, Apollo heel turn. Because he's teaming up with a guy who's clearly trying to do bad things. And he, like, tries to stop him at first, but then he doesn't.
Yeah. Next, we get another attack, but this time on Big Cass.
Yeah. He was laying down underneath stuff.
Holding a chain.
Well, yeah.
Which we'll get back to that later on.
Yeah, it was brought up later.
Yeah.
It was just odd.
Yeah.
So, moving on.
Yeah, we had the Mrs. IC Celebration, or his reunion tour, right?
Yeah, I think he called it the Mrs. Intercontinental Championship Reunion Tour.
Yeah, that's what it was. So, yeah, there was there just balloons and stuff like that, and a dancing bear in the corner.
Yeah.
And
while they were doing the thing, they panned over to the stage, and you could see the box with the president.
Was it? I didn't even notice it.
So, but because that comes into play a little later on.
Yeah, and then Biz was like, "Well, what's with the bear?"
Yeah,
and Maurice was like, "I didn't order a bear."
Yeah,
and so the Miz obviously thought it was Dean Ambrose and started attacking him. Gave him the skull crushing finale, right?
Yes,
and then pulled the head off, and it was not Dean.
It was just some random guy.
Yeah, it's probably a jobber.
I guess.
Local enhancement talent.
I guess. And then the Miz is going around saying, "Where are you, Dean? I know you're here." And then the camera pans to the wide.
Yeah.
And then you could see like the cameraman just standing in the corner and he like
No, you didn't get the
present?
Yeah, the present coming down.
Oh yeah, that happened first.
Yeah,
that's
first.
Right.
Yeah, the present came down. It was a giant. It almost looked like the porta potty size.
Yeah, it was.
I guess
it was pretty big.
For
it certainly wasn't one.
Yeah,
but.
No, for dimensions and the Miz figured Dean was in there, so started attacking it, jumping at it, kicking it.
And then Maurice was very mad at him
Yeah.
because she broke the grandfather clock that he got for her, or she got for him.
Yeah, so she was mad and stormed off and went up to backstage, and then all of a sudden, I guess the Miz got back in the ring, right? Mm-hmm. And that's when it panned wide, and just the random cameraman standing in the corner.
Yeah,
and then he's in the middle of the ring. And I guess he drops the camera, and the Miz noticed on the Titan.
Well, I was gonna say you could see the Miz. Well, he could see the cameraman from the screen that he was looking at.
He was looking at the Titantron. Yeah,
he figured out that it was Dean.
Dropped it. Yeah, and then Dean ends up hitting him with a dirty deeds. And that was that.
Yeah,
it was a fun segment.
Well, yeah, it's something different.
Then they're continuing the storyline.
Yeah, and as I mentioned the other day, that I think this is the best storyline on Raw because it's got two of the best compatible people.
Yeah.
And they're actually giving them time and actual like creativity.
Yeah. No, definitely.
So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So up next was. I guess because Enzo and Cass were supposed to have a match against Gallows and Anderson.
Yeah. So I guess Enzo had to pick a new partner.
Yeah, they kept on alluding to that. It's like he needed to find a partner or whatever. And then, so Gallows and Anderson go to the ring. Enzo comes out.
Entrance.
Does his little, well, yeah. He does this little thing with, whereas my name is Enzo, blah, blah, blah. And then he says that his partner, he said he said something
7 foot tall, and then all of a sudden he said the biggest show in the room.
Yeah,
I'm
like,
was the Big Show.
Because like once I'm like, oh yeah, it's the Big Show, and then Big Show came out.
Yeah, and then Enzo was doing his shtick still, and
the Big Show did not look pleased.
yeah, and so I guess said he needed to loosen up, and then Big Show's like, loosen up? You want me to loosen up? And he's like, let me tell you something, and then going on, and I was like,
it was pretty good.
This was awkward and good at the same time.
Yeah, because
it was so bad, but it was good.
Yeah, but because it showed that they were actually letting the Big Show do stuff, whereas usually he doesn't really do anything.
Well, I think they were also seeing if Enzo can get over with someone else as well.
Maybe that would make sense, and it worked. Surprisingly enough,
yeah,
it did.
No, it was fine.
Yeah,
and they. Enzo and the Big Show made pretty short work of the club.
Well, yeah, because it started with Enzo getting his ass kicked, and then he tags in the Big Show.
He really didn't get his ass kicked that much, though.
It was for the length of the match. It was a good portion of it.
Fair enough. Yeah.
But yeah, the Big Show gets the hot tag, and then
he Enzo goes to the top rope, and the Big Show picks him off like they do. I forget what they call it. Something
I think
slam.
it's called the. No.
No, it's not the Empire's. No, that's
the
his
Empire
elbow. Yeah.
It's the. I don't know.
Whatever. Well, anyway, where Enzo jumps off and Cass pushes him down.
Yeah.
Big Show grabs him,
kicks
him
and throws him at Carl Anderson.
Enzo's like, this isn't how we do it. This isn't how we do it. Carl Anderson starts getting up, and Big Show throws him on top of him, and Enzo gets the 3 count.
It's true. I don't think he chose to do that, but,
Yeah. So, then I think this led to the backstage segment, right?
Yeah. Enzo and Big Show are going to the back.
Yeah, and then Big Cass is there, and
it's like, all of a sudden he needs a partner, and you show up.
Yeah, Weeks and you're not here. And so they were kind of alluding to the Big Show doing it, and Big Show's like, I'm a giant. I can't tiptoe around anywhere.
It's true. He does no sneaking.
Yeah. I guess they didn't. When did they bring up the chain thing then? Was it during this, or was it during the segment earlier? Maybe it was earlier.
Maybe it was.
Yeah.
I don't remember what they were getting at
Right.
with the chain, though.
Well, Big Cass was holding the chain, and I guess Enzo was attacked with a chain, I guess.
I don't know. I thought that it was someone's chain.
That's what I thought, too, because I thought it was just laying next to him.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm sure maybe next week something will come up.
Whatever, it's fine. They're making a mystery out of it, which is what they should be doing.
Yeah, and now I guess it's clear that it's not Cass.
Unless they're going to swerve you.
I guess, but like, why would they have him get beat up? Or how?
I don't know. Enzo hired somebody.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
I
if
know.
Cass is the one who did it. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
We have R-Truth doing his response to Goldust thing with more movie puns and such.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it.
Well, yeah, it's not terrible.
They're getting TV exposure, like you said. I'm fine with that.
Yeah. So,
next we
it was an interview.
Getting an interview by Charlie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she was asked if she regrets promising Nia Jax a title shot.
Yeah.
And
she's like, everyone's jealous of me.
Yeah. And then she storms off.
Yeah. And we got the Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax, which I think it was a non-title match.
No, it was a title match.
Was it a title match?
It was absolutely a title match.
All right. Yeah, so Nia was kind of beating the crap out of her.
Oh, yeah, she got her good.
So, well, I guess, was it after the match started when Mickie James and Dana Brooke? Yeah, they just started walking down and got to ringside.
Yeah.
And then Bliss ended up rolling out of the ring and kind of got in their faces a little bit, kind of shoved, I think, Dana, well, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Shoved one of them, and then she punched him, and then they punched her back, and then the referee threw the match out, which Alexa was kind of smiling and was like, I outsmarted you all.
It wasn't a surprise.
No.
Because obviously they weren't going to have Nia win the title, and they didn't want to make her to look bad.
Right.
You know, kind of want to preserve.
So I guess they were attacking Bliss outside the ring. Nia Jax came out of the ring and pushed them off of her. Alexa Bliss went back in the ring and then kicked Nia in the face.
Oh, yeah, when she was on the outside still.
On the outside. And then she escaped, and all three of them got back in the ring, and then Nia Jax kind of turned her attention to Dana and Mickie and beat them both up.
Yeah, and then Bliss ran away.
Yep. And then we had a backstage segment with
it was the
Paul
most.
Heyman. This was weird.
Most important announcement in recent WWE history.
Yeah. So I guess Paul was getting looked at by the trainer.
Yeah.
All of a sudden his phone rings with this, 20-year-old ringtone.
Yeah, it was like an actual phone, right?
Yeah.
Or like a old phone.
Yeah. And he goes, "Oh, I need to take this." And he lifts up the
It just
phone.
says
And it says
Brock.
Brock. And then he's got like this scared look on, like, "Oh no, what are you gonna say?" Oh,
Yeah, I don't know.
I was kind of like, "What?"
It's not like Heyman just beats or gets beat
up.
by
Yeah.
Brock all the time or anything.
And then he answers the phone and says, "Yeah, I know what we got to do." And he says, "We're going to unleash the beast."
Yeah. So Brock Lesnar will be at Raw next week.
Yes. So, I mean, that's something.
It's true. Who knows
Yeah.
what they're going to do, but it's something.
I'm like you said, I know you're not the biggest fan of Joe, but I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, it could be good. I'm
Yeah.
not denying the fact that it's got potential.
Well,
I
this
just
is the really first credible threat Brock has faced in a little while anyway. Goldberg was never going to do anything. That was not.
I guess that's true. I don't know.
The Undertaker was old.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Brock really hasn't done anything now
No.
I think about it.
Yeah.
Because at WrestleMania.
And then he fought, what?
Oh, he fought Dean.
Yeah.
He fought Dean at WrestleMania in 2015.
And 16 was against Roman.
No, other way around. I was wrong.
Oh, yeah. 15 was.
16 was Dean.
Yeah,
15
'cause
was
Triple
Roman.
H fought Roman.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, that was bad.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
He really hasn't had any real competition since he came back.
No.
His initial
So it's
feuds.
not even real competition. It's just someone that actually matches up better with Joe.
I would. Yeah, I guess that would make more sense.
Better with Brock.
Yeah, because his first feuds when he first came back,
Mm-hmm.
he started with Cena, and then he went to Triple H, and then he went to Punk.
Yeah.
Those were good. And then after that, they kind of went back for
But
nostalgia.
he wasn't part-time then, really.
He was.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He was, he did hold the title, and he wasn't
He only
there
fought
forever.
at like major pay-per-views. And then he won the title from Cena, and then he was off TV for large
That was when he
portions
killed
of time.
him at SummerSlam, right? And then again at Night of Champions.
Yeah. So, anyway.
Yeah, so we have the main event with Seth Rollins versus Samoa Joe. Rollins, I mean, carried a lot of the offense, I felt like.
Mm-hmm.
He did his dives constantly through the ring, through the ropes, and got a lot of offense on him.
Yeah. Well, it's to be expected,
Yeah.
Rollins can't look too bad.
No. And
Or they
he's
can't.
very
They
good
don't
in
want
the
to make
ring.
him look too bad,
Yeah.
especially the way that the match ended.
Right. Yeah, so I guess Rollins was in the ring. Was he going to set him up for his knee, or was he just in the ring standing there and then all
I
of a
thought he
sudden-
was going off he was going for something on the top rope, and
Oh, maybe he was going for the frog splash? I don't remember.
I don't think
because I know he hit him with a bunch of moves.
yeah, and then Joe just out of nowhere kind of
Yeah, I think maybe he hit him with the blockbuster and then got up and all of a
something
sudden
like that.
Wyatt's thing came on the screen.
That happened.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Rollins got distracted by Wyatt and then Joe grabbed him in the coquina clutch and
I didn't. Oh, I
Passed
didn't,
out.
okay. I
Yeah.
don't. I guess I just missed that. or
yeah, he
something.
got distracted by Wyatt. Yeah.
Huh.
Because I guess that's what they're going to do next.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That would make more sense. I honestly didn't notice that happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yep.
oh well. But yeah, Rollins passes out to the coquina clutch, which kind of makes him look a little weak. But
No, he just passed out though. He didn't tap, so
yeah, I guess.
yeah,
I guess
it's
technically,
better than tapping out.
It supposedly it doesn't make any sense,
No.
but
Yeah.
according to them, it is. Anyway,
Yeah.
that was Raw.
Yep.
It was relatively uneventful. The
Yeah,
only
but
really
a lot
big.
happened through the review.
It was
but
it was a lot of things going on, but nothing real
Major.
story.
yeah.
No, the only thing was Lesnar's going to be there next week.
Yes, we had no Bailey, no Finn, no Hardys.
Yeah.
So, a lot missing, a lot going on. Nothing happened.
Yeah. So, oh well.
Yep.
Anyway,
So, catch us next for our SmackDown review.
if you liked what you see here, please like, share, and subscribe.
Bye.
Bye.